Alright, and we should now be live.
That's what you look like.
There we go.
Now, we can finally meet.
And bear with me one moment while I get the YouTube side figured out. Holy cow, I don't think it was fighting me too hard today. That's awesome. Alright, so, it is officially the Halloween stream. We are not going to be streaming on the day of, because obviously I have to be the one handing out all of the candy to the little ones. So that's going to be my job that day. So we are doing the Halloween stream tonight, right now. And if you can't hear anything, hopefully that will resolve itself once things get going. Right now we are just kind of in the tutorial space. And got our starting character here.
We finally meet. Are you clear-headed?
I
You will now be
mean,
reborn
define
as a
clear-headed.
creature, a revenant. There are things you will need to know in your new life, so listen well. Each revenant has a different power coursing through their veins, called a blood code. The best way to learn about it is to try it for yourself.
Alright, so the blood codes. So this is very much just a, the reason I picked this for Halloween is this is basically Anime Vampire the game. And it is an action, adventure, RPG-like game. Very Soulsborne inspired. The thing that separates it apart, though, is your outfit is going to be heavily determined on your stats as well as, or is going to be one of the heavy determining factors for your stats as well as how you build out your character. And the other thing is the blood codes. So given that this is very vampire-esque, I believe that's what we check here. Yeah, there we go.
Each talent that a blood code bestows is known as a gift.
Well, thank you for not ghosting me.
Grants ever-increasing
Ghosting me.
endurance.
Alright, took me a second there. Had to read that out loud to figure out what you were saying.
Temporarily
But, yeah, glad you weren't ghosting me on the Halloween stream. How are things going, Rigid? Hopefully things are going well for you. Alright, equipped adrenaline. There we go.
Very well. Give it.
Oh, whoa, that goes right to a hammer. I am not going to be using the hammer.
That will do. Be warned.
So yeah, I got to get through. It has been a long time since I played this game, and I'm going to have to remember all of the controls. Somewhere there should be... Somewhere there should be like a dodge command. I'll be honest, I usually like running a really lightweight character. So I don't even do like the dodge roll. I get like a little step if I can get there, but I think we're going to start with the dodge roll build. It's going to take me a while to get there. Alright, locked on. Weak attack. There's our dodge roll. There we go. Problem dealt with. I have made it through the entirety of this game without ever even realizing that there was a block button. So I'm going to continue to play the game that way. There will be a parry. There will be backstabs. There will be a lot of backstabbing. But I am not going to be one for blocking. We are an all front-facing murder machine build.
That has left you with infinite possibilities.
Reese's Pieces and... Oh, and a Java monster. Okay, I was like, what the hell's a... I was thinking candy. What the hell's a Java monster? But yeah, the coffee monsters are really tasty. Didn't they come out with like a new line of them? I'd say new, but it's probably pretty old by now. But it's not just the standard. Oh, I get it. They're trying to get me to go. Okay, there we go.
That is known as Ranger. Oh dear, that weapon seems to be too heavy for you. Rangers are nimble and best at fighting with light weapons.
So I like doing lightweight character builds in this game. I also do, you know, probably no surprise to anybody, I like a gun build. So we are going to be seeing a lot of these kind of weapons and a lot of those one-handed weapons. One of the, again, I like pointing out the special elements in this game that kind of make it unique. So they're talking about like the Blood Veil, which I believe is my like counter down there. You can see it by the right trigger. You use that for casting all of your blood arts, but the other thing is you will also use it to fire your gun. So in a character build like this, I can shoot at a distance, and with this blood art, I also get a spell. Okay, and then there's the dodge I like. Give me the fast. And there you go. Get behind him. This is where I'm thinking, you know, is this game a horror game? Not really. But is it going to be thematic for a Halloween? I think it's well within the line of safely
That sums up the Ranger blood code.
thematically appropriate.
Let us try one more blood code. Now,
By the way, please let me know on the audio. I don't know what the character speaking volume is going to be at for you guys. If I have to up it outside of the game menu, I will. However, I'm hoping that I'll be able to make do with just inside the game sections. I do also know that when it comes to like major intense moments and boss fights, there is going to be some ramped up audio. And that's why balancing for a game like this is going to be a bit of a challenge. Alright, so the caster is where you're going to get a lot of the really cool spells in this game. And again, the build I go for is a lot of self-buffing. I actually don't think I do a whole lot of offensive actions. There we go. So the benefit to the spellcasting build is, as you can see, if I wanted to just do shots with my rifle, that's a lot of free shots without having to engage directly. Oh, hold on one moment. I apologize about that. I tried to up the audio a little bit, and I can definitely go a little louder. Right now, the music is rather quiet. We'll see where things go, but that's going to give you an idea of some of the combat sounds that we're going to get. If you want it louder, let me know. All right. In the meantime, we're going to kickstart with the actual story, I think. Alright, yeah, I can actually skip the rest of the tutorial.
Your blood code has left you with unique, limitless capabilities. Not only can you change blood codes, but you can acquire new ones as well. The strength of others can become your own.
So yeah, our unique capability is
Since you are the only one,
everybody gets their own blood code.
your blood
We can put on everybody else's blood code. Alright, that's a little bit better. Awesome, thank you.
now awaken and save the world.
So Cruz is one of the primary characters in the story that's unfolding, but we are about to get to know a lot of them. And I think we're going to see some of the darker elements. Hold on, let me adjust that. I think we're going to see some of the darker elements fairly early on in this. And this game kinda, it's not crazy bad, but it does go places. Concept-wise,
Welcome
at
back.
least.
Hello. How are you feeling?
And by the way, I have no idea if height in this game actually plays a major role in how you need to perform certain things. I have never played a character this short. It's, the model is after someone very specific. And, if you know, you know. And so I tried to get as close as I could fathom within the parameters of the game. And honestly, I feel like we might be pretty close. And obviously, if we are going to be playing a long stream,
Don't worry. It's okay.
well, that's a hell of a
We don't
viral
know
infection.
either.
Anyways, yeah, if we're going to be playing a lengthy stream with a game like this, I kind of figured having something rather cute on the screen more often than not is going to be rather beneficial. Actually, the first 2 times I played through this game, I played through as a, I think the first time I might have been female, but like the majority of the characters I have on here are going to be male. I also made a male character and saved the profile for another playthrough of this game if I choose to later. But again, for the stream purpose, I kind of figured, look, we're gonna dress up our girl here for the way through this game. And we got fucked up.
Just a bit farther.
Look at that face.
We're all right. A spring will slake our thirst.
This lady certainly has an old world kind of dialect going on.
It seems everyone, everywhere, is thirsty.
I do like that stocking though.
There's
Not
a
the
spring
bandage
that will
wrap. The
cure
bandage
our
wrap's
thirst,
rather unfortunate.
one that weeps tears of blood. That's what they said, anyway.
I've heard of a crackhead,
This
but a
way.
crack face is a new one. I don't even remember what the cause for that is. Although we do have to have our mandatory near-death experience here.
It's all right.
New kink unlocked. Also, the girl we're traveling with, again, definitely wearing some heavily disheveled clothing, despite her clearly being the more together of the two of us.
So, it is you.
Well, I mean, I didn't plan to be somebody else. And as always, thank you very much for that, Rigid. I did see that you posted that in the Discord, and
This
again,
is for
I
you.
forget. I have been meaning to set up a bot for that, and I just have not had the time to dedicate to the Discord as much as I wish I did. Well, didn't expect the Yuri feels to be happening
A new
this early
spring
on.
and a fresh source of labor. We really hit the jackpot. Get up. It's time for a bit of fun.
Hey Richard, how are things going? Hopefully things are going well. And yes, of course, happy Halloween. I need to remember to say that to everybody who comes in because I won't be doing anything on Halloween that isn't going to be handing out candy.
Whoa, keep it down. Your friend-
Yo, you just got Pokemon Legends ZA. Awesome. Again, I have made my stance fairly clear a few times, so I am not going to go down the rabbit hole. What I will say is, given that it is the new hotness, and I know that a lot of us here are big Pokemon fans, regardless of my views and thoughts on the game itself, I hope you have a lot of fun with it. I get myself one of these masks, so hopefully I'm not dying as often now. Is there... Alright, there are no special goodies anywhere in here. Although that's our companion. How is she doing?
Let her sleep. She wore herself out watching over you.
Well, that was quiet. Like I said, for all of my problems with ZA, and I do want to say this to get it out there because I'm going to say it every time. For all my problems with ZA and the conversations I have around it,
We're running out of
I am
time
still a
before the next
Pokemon
election.
fan, and there
Everything's
are
ready.
things within even that
Right.
game that
I'm
I
on
think
my
are a
way.
lot of fun just off of the seeing it alone. I haven't, like I said,
All
played it
dried up.
myself, so
Just like the others.
Yeah, all dried up. So there's no sense in searching with the miasma like this. Let's...
You know what these are, right?
So this game is, I think,
Blood
6
beads,
years old,
right?
so do bear that in mind. And
Yes, very
as
good.
far as this game goes, as
Now, I
we
want
see
you
it
to search for
unfold
blood
once we
beads
actually
in the
get deeper
tunnels
into
ahead
the
of you.
combat and the gameplay side of it,
You see,
there is
it's
a
only
sequel
short
for this
time
game
before the
coming out.
collectors come to take our levy.
I don't think it
Once
has
they
an
do,
official
I'm
release
afraid we
date
won't have
yet,
any blood beads to
but
give them.
Bandai Namco
If we
has
don't
released
find
some footage
Silver's
of what the
hounds will
game's
strip
gonna
the shirts right off our backs.
promotional material. I
Well,
think. I don't think they
that's
put
the
any
long and short
gameplay
of
out
it.
yet.
Why does it have to be us?
And I'm
Don't
gonna
ask
be
me.
honest.
The stupid
Watching
levy
what they
system was
put out,
Silver's idea.
I'm not all
If you
that
have a
sure how it
complaint,
is
I
that it's
suggest you
going
take it up with
to
him.
correlate to the story of this game.
go first. Get to work.
Don't. There's a better time and place. For now, we just have to obey.
Next.
Alright, so play
Whoa
nice
there.
for now.
You wait here with us.
And they are gonna hold my girl hostage.
You can have this one back when you return. In exchange for any blood beads you find, of course. Oh, and I hear the hunter has been showing up around here lately. So make sure you don't all get killed.
Also, I feel I should mention about the emulator thing. If you do plan to get that one, Game Boy Color games won't save
You
unless
heard
you
him.
use the save state
Move it.
function. That is good to know. I'm sure for
Are you
like
okay?
playing many games that would be a problem, but
Looks like we can't get back up from here.
normally when I'm
We'll
using
have to
such
look for another way
devices,
back.
and I would even say with
I'm
the
Oliver Collins, by the way. Nice to meet you.
with the one that's official through the Nintendo Switch, when I use that one, I tend to stick to one game in particular. So even then, I quite often find myself using the save state more than the actual saving parameters, because again, back then, you had two options. Either you were able to save everywhere all the time, or you were able to save only at specific locations. And a lot of the old JRPG games kind of had that location requirement. And yeah, again, same thing. I hope you do enjoy the game. It's one of those things where, as a fan of the franchise, if nothing else, I never want to hear that, you know, people are finding themselves wasting money or just having a terrible experience with something. Dude looks like he has sticks of dynamite lodged in the mask. Yeah, so all of the masks have a filtration system, and so mine, and they all look a little bit different, and you're gonna see a bunch of varieties.
Lost.
Even the
never
outfits,
seen one
there's gonna be several that are gonna be
say dead,
similar,
but
but they're
not
all
really
very
dead. It's just a
customizable.
dormant state before
And
they turn
then,
into real
let me see if I can
monsters.
pull this up.
Or so I've heard.
So as far as
Sometimes
the
it takes
outfits here
years for
go,
the transformation
you can
to
see that
start.
this is going to be
So
heavily
we can just leave
determinant
them.
on where and how my stats kind of flow
Sure,
out.
I can wait.
And they all have different offensive parameters as well. Alright, we're going to stick with the fighter for now. Just because that does give me a damage up
You
option.
have to use whatever you can to survive.
Alright, there we go. And the heavy. Alright.
Did you just see movement?
So yeah, bear with me because there is going to be a lot of me not talking when things do happen to build up. There we go. Let's get the big backstab going. And as soon as I get a rifle weapon, I am switching right over because that is my most familiar build. And it lets me keep the big dash while giving me some range option and some close range option. Although I do want to get rid of this pipe as quickly as possible. As fun of a meme weapon as it would be, I don't know. Maybe I could try that. Given that I've played this game before, I could always do a apparently talking alone is enough of a challenge run. I just whiffed all of that attack. But yeah, I was gonna say I could probably do a little bit of a challenge run and try to run with the pipe as my melee weapon at least. Thing is a lot of the weapons, because I like doing the up close fast melee combat build, a lot of the weapons are actually just ones that just don't quite fit my flow. Alright, there we go.
Wooden boxes. Who stacked them here?
Do not trust the wooden boxes. I mean, you got this, Oliver? There we go.
What's that doing there?
Kind of blitz our way through. Alright, that should be... Nope, one left. There we go, that's all of them. Oh, kind of like the character creator in Soul Calibur 4, the only game of the franchise where the clothes have an effect on the stats from the ones I've played. 4. Wait. Soul Calibur 4, isn't that the most recent? No, Soul Calibur 4 is the one where you got, like, is that the one where they had Yoda as one of the DLC characters? I'm thinking I was getting it confused with one of the other ones. But yeah, I think 4 was the one where that was where they had the Star Wars DLC characters. Yep, Soul Calibur 4 was the one you just now gave me the explanation. Hey Ryan, how are things going? Hopefully things are going well. Just making my way through the closest thing to a horror game that I'm willing to play, because honestly, I jump at lightning when I get high tense with even just a horror game.
Hard to breathe in them.
And I'm willing to admit that.
That girl,
I know
she's
my
your friend,
limits.
Right? We should find some blood beads and go
See if
back
I
to
can't
them quick.
buff my attack here. There we go. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull that off. It was kind of a tight hallway. Alright, I don't remember. I think the
Will
slimes...
that come in handy?
I think they can, like, latch onto you. I can't remember specifically.
Ask up above.
But they also aren't the easiest to deal with physical attacks, obviously. Did I miss something? I think I missed a few somethings. Alright, there's one. Alright, I think that's everything I need to grab there. Oh, it's Shag. Hey, Shag, what's going on? Sorry about that. I had to go back and read what was going on, because, yeah, didn't recognize the name. Yoda was in the 360, Vader was in the PS3. Well, obviously that means that the PS3 version was superior. Remember Card. I don't remember Chard. And Link was in the GameCube version. Yeah, okay, I do remember Link being in the GameCube version, but that was Soul Calibur 2. Charlie. Oh, okay. I got, yep. Popped in to say hi. Hope y'all are doing well, doing right. Yoda was in both. Okay, Star Killer. Okay, whichever one Star Killer was in, I would say is probably the superior. I'll be honest, I am a Star Killer fan as far as the old Star Wars games go.
Hey, don't space out on me.
Gotcha. And yeah, I can respect the idea of setting things. Oh, son of a gun! I am probably gonna have to do something similar for mine. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, and now that you're saying that, it's like, shoot, I should probably do that. All right, let's purify this one. I think I can stop here now. Yeah, okay. So this is not like a resting spot, but this is going to be, I think, where I can spawn from now.
What do you think that is?
And this did also open up a big portion of the map. All right, I think the Blue Hounds is going to be similar to an outfit like what he's wearing. Oops. All right, so let's take a look here. Blue Hounds. So yeah, you can see that the overall outfit is going to get an outer layer. And you can see the stats that this is going to end up changing. We're going to go with the Queenslayer Claw still, just because it is going to be more in line with the build that I'm going for. I definitely missed an item back there. I don't think it's going to be super vital. I'm fairly certain almost everything this early on is just going to be a lot of tutorial building. I don't think there's anything super major. There we go. Got to position into just the right spot to get the booty stab. Oh, I guess I am going the right way now.
Oh, didn't they pass us earlier? Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I don't think he looks too okay. I'm gonna put that out there. That was probably a big fuck up on your part, big guy. Alright, sorry about this. You guys hear that? Hear that noise? Gotta keep myself caffeinated and hydrated.
That could have gone better.
Well, it could have gone worse, too. He could have taken your head.
I'll catch up with you in a bit. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Go on.
So, obviously, his
Just focus on
filtration
finding some blood
system is
beads,
pretty
all
fucked
right?
up.
That girl is waiting for you.
And it's kind of just like, yeah, no, we know you're gonna die. You're not gonna quite make it too long, are you? So we had a companion with us that we could actually, up until now, if you weren't particularly confident with a game like this, you could rely on for a lot of your combat. There we go. Keep dancing around him until I can get that butt stab. But yeah, letting the other guy do a lot of the fighting is, if you're not confident with a game like this, that's the kind of trap that they lure you into, is letting you just let your allies do a lot of the early combat, and then right away, as soon as it starts opening up, they take them away from you. I've had Soul Calibur 2, 4, 5. 5 wasn't terrible, but was definitely the worst of them. Is the most recent one 5 or 6? I think 6 is the most recent one. And I thought it was a step up from... Oh, this is a mistake. This was possibly a mistake. I think you can completely skip this guy, but I guess... Oh, that hurt. Well, I don't think it's going to be that bad as long as I can get another butt stab. Trying to take him out with the pipe, like, by standard ass beatings, though, was not going to go well. I'm fairly certain like that entire interaction can be skipped though. All right, giving everybody their little their annual colonoscopy. Good news is they don't have cancer. Also good news, they'll never be able to have cancer. Bad news is they're not going to have a whole lot of anything else. All right, I don't think I want to engage from this way. I think I do want to go this way. 6 was the most recent. Yeah, as I recall, 6 was a step up from 5. But it's also not the best the series has been. I have personal preference to 3, but I think 4 is probably arguably better. Alright, yeah, I gotta get back from that. Give myself a little damage bonus because now I'm outnumbered and I don't like that. There we go. That should even the field a little bit, although didn't get the opportunity to even engage in a dodge there. Alright, probably need to pop one of those before I end up dying. So in the bottom left, you can see the fragments there. It's got a blood term to it. I can't remember what it is. But it's basically, if you're familiar with Souls games, those are my souls, and those are what I'm going to use to up my stats. And I think... Oh, man. The stat requirement, again, does get heavily played with by what you're wearing, but is also going to determine, I believe, what kind of weapons you're going to be proficient with. So you can see over here the stat scaling, all of that's gonna play into things. We'll get into that. I think, I can't remember specifically if you actually buy stats or if you just upgrade your clothing. I can't remember specifically. It's something like that. And your blood points can be used to spend on the blood echoes or whatever they call them that you can get. These things here, the blood codes. You can upgrade these. Can I see them right here? No, I cannot. But yeah, so there's going to be some passive abilities I can get, some active abilities that I'll be able to get, and then there will be allies that I can kind of try to build and synergize off of. Soul Calibur 5 had the best character select music out of any fighting game I've played. I would have to go back and double check, but I'm willing to say that's probably valid. I know Street Fighter, oh man, was it 6? Was 6 also the recent Street Fighter game? Had a really fun story mode as far as the single player goes. I don't play a lot of fighting games, and I bought that game specifically for the, I guess I'd call it the story mode. And in that, I think it has, like, you get to, like, fly around and go all over the world. The music that they have for that menu system, it is a crime and a sin that they have locked that behind your ability to travel place to place, because that song fucking slaps. My brother's going to Connecticut where his boyfriend lives, and they're going to a furry convention there. Well, look, I've said it before, I have no animosity towards the community there, and I know that I believe he has stopped in here once or twice before. Anyways, I hope he has a lot of fun going out there. Had to leave for a second to listen to the character select theme from Soul Calibur 5. Yeah, no, when video game musics just have ones that absolutely hit home, they go right into the song rotation. Why did I think that there was a guy up here that does all sorts of gunfighting and causes problems? Okay, yeah, nope, getting out of that, getting out of that, getting out of that. Yeah, no, this is a big problem. I don't like fighting slimes. Yep. God, they have so much health. Is it gonna be better if I just switch over to that? I don't think it will. Yeah, it really isn't. The thing about these guys that is just an absolute pain in the ass is they just tank fucking everything. They give no shits. I think we're down to just one. Alright, and honestly, outside of these guys, they are tanks that just kind of chip damage you way down. I don't think I have a whole lot more to fear unless I just get super sloppy. I think we're going to be good for a hot minute. Speaking of getting super sloppy, I just let a box boy fucks with me. Alright, deal with him. There's the gunner boy I was looking for. There's two of them. But we can do a lot of damage to the first one and catch you off before you can get another shot off. There we go. The butt stab is the most vital skill for me in this game. And the enemies that I can't do it to, they're gonna get rough. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. Didn't realize that skill even existed. Again, another skill set the game will let you play with that I don't think I touched in any of my playthroughs through it. Oh, nope, that was dumb. That was, I done goofed that. Alright. There we go. Alright, big guy. I have every opportunity to screw this up. Do I not have... I don't have the means to cast that, I guess? There we go. Okay, it hadn't run out officially yet. There we go. Got him. Alright, he should be dealt with. I'm going to back up. I am not going to be staying behind for too long, but I got to get back to where I'm safe. I will be right back. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me just move the mic stand back closer. There we go. So I believe I'm kind of in a little bit of a possibly fucked moment. Mostly just because I have no way of healing right now. And I am incredibly greedy in this game. I don't want to fuck with you down here. I'm going to dodge an attack, and I'm going to end up falling right off. Alright. Well, I am standing on the closest to death's door I think I'm ever going to.
I'm really sorry.
And there we see the Souls element at play. I just lost fucking everything. And I thought I came back closer than that. Apparently not. At least I can get the item I missed earlier. Clear out these guys. To jog your memory, since you said you played Grandia, they are the slimes that split and make more of themselves. Was there a comment that was supposed to be before that I missed out on? But yeah, the slimes in the Grandia series, I can't remember if they're the same across all of them. I know Grandia 3 was a big departure from the status quo. And again, I think I've shared it before. Want to go get that item that I missed? You guys are assholes. There we go. Alright. As long as I don't die, I don't lose all of those, and I'm going to call them souls. I don't lose the souls that I have built up. Alright, I want to go back. I probably want to sit down for a minute, because, I don't really need to. Alright, so I can, I think, head through here? Is this where I'm going? Yeah, okay. Head up here, kind of take a little bit of a shortcut back to where I was. One of the big things about this game that I do like is you can see how I don't have the map unlocked, but it is... Hold on, there's a guy back here. But it is generous enough to tell me where I have been, at least. But yeah, in Grandia 3, the opening music to that, I think it's by a Japanese artist named Miz. And I might be wrong on that, but what I'm trying to get at is, if you have not listened to that song, please do. It is absolutely freaking amazing. Now I am going to... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Go. Go for it again. That went a lot better the second time. There we go. Alright, however, I don't want to go that way and trigger those guys. Let's just clean this field up where I can. Come on. Get over here. Damn. Thought I was out of that. Are you at the part of Grandia 1 or 2? Where you have to stop at a range... Okay. Range of marriage. And the slimes in the dungeon in the way... to the non-plural chicken chain place. I mean... Yes, YouTube hates the Bible, but I don't... Yeah, I don't necessarily remember specifically where you're at in that. I did not play the Grandia re-releases that came out. However, I have played the Grandia games before. God, I fell for the exact same placement. God damn it. Can't believe I did the exact same thing. That is the danger of trying to play a game while talking. We're gonna get those iframes. We're giving him the old butt stab. Alright, that was terrible, and I literally fell for the same exact trap, but I made it out of there. And now, hopefully... Where are those slimes? Did they follow on up? I don't like... Whoa, hold on. Alright, sorry about that. I heard my little dog in the distance yip, and I had to go see what was going on. He seems fairly fine. He's really old, so I wonder if maybe it was just something spooked him, but I heard that and just kind of ran up there real fast to see what was going on. Oh, son of a bitch. I got those gunner boys up there, and I don't want to deal... Where the fuck did you guys come from? You were down below. What the hell happened there? Alright, either they're gonna come or they're not. I am not. I don't wanna deal with that. I have a better weapon yet. Oh, I do. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. We have an actual sword. That's gonna change some things. I didn't realize I had the weapons that I did, so I'm gonna have to go through that as soon as I can. There we go. Alright, where are the slimes? Are they still... Okay, they're back over there. Let me back up and actually assess what I have. Do I have a gun? I have a gun. That's going to solve a lot of my problems. There we go. For now, I can aggro people from a distance, although that's getting a little too far. Still gonna get right up in there, even though I'm rocking the gun. Really, that's right now not gonna be a big damage dealer, but it is going to be good for pulling aggro where I can. I also think, for whatever reason, I seem to recall that this might do more damage to the slime guys. It's certainly going to be better. There we go. Yep. Get the shotgun going. There we go. God, that's just so much better than the pipe. So yeah, if you're playing through Grandia, is this Grandia 1 or 2? And how are you feeling about it so far? It is one of the more iconic retro JRPGs. And if I recall, and maybe I'm getting my wires crossed, Grandia is one where, like, just about everything you fucking do is gonna proc some skill point gaining. Like, everything has a skill tree that it starts to affect. And in my opinion, that's kind of one of the big appealing factors to it. There we go. Well, and I don't think I want to do a drop down yet. If I can't deal with these guys from up here. He's going to come all the way around. So, I'll just go meet him. So yeah, managing how many shots I have is going to be one of the big things that I'm going to have to make sure I pay attention to. Because if I go to do a range shot and I just don't have it, that is going to be real bad. Alright. Out of range. Nope. Probably just right at the edge of it. So as you can tell, with each one of those that I do get to build up my bar back up down there. So again, the bullets do not fire actual bullets. They're going to be based on how much blood I've ripped out of my enemies. Again, kind of feeding into that sort of vampire feel to this. Obviously, we're superhuman, souped up soldiers, but they will start to delve into a lot more of that as the story goes on. Alright, I think this guy's one of those, do you really want to fuck with me, guys? And I certainly don't want to fuck with you down there. Are you kidding me? Well, I got the kill, but he pulled me off of there with him with the axe. On the plus side, he's going to be relatively easy to get back to. And I don't have to kill him again because I got the reward for it already. So, I went down a few times. You okay, buddy? Alright, so at this point, I think I can kind of just blast my way to it. I might even try not fighting things. Let's see how terrible of a decision that is. Bye, Felicia. Alright, I am not even going to sit there. I'm going to sit here first. Can I not? What the fuck? What the fuck? I was expecting to be able to. Alright, are you the only guy that's stopping me from resting there? I thought I could just rest. Holy shit, I can't rest while in combat. Okay, that is... I did not remember that. Alright, I want all of these. And I don't want to fuck with that guy. Not again. One, it's awesome. I love the battle system because where you are at any given time on the battlefield actually seems to matter. It's so different. Yeah, it's very, if you've ever played, and again, I'm going off of just my memory of it. If you've ever played the, Trails game, or is it Tales? Like Tales of Gracia, Tales of Symphonia, those style of games, Tales of Xillia. If you've ever played those style of games, I think their battle formation is very Grandia inspired. But yeah, where you are on the field matters, and it's, again, I can't downplay enough how much I absolutely love the idea that everything in that game is going to factor into, its own level system. It's very similar to, I think I've talked about how Rune Factory does that, again, like in Rune Factory and other things like that. Running around, what weapon you use, how you're using it, like all of that shit just builds up a meter in the background. Hey, Carol, how are things going? Hopefully things are going well, and in fact, on that point, I do know for a fact things are going fairly well. It sounds like you and your husband are looking to go to Japan again. I have ran the idea of doing some vacationing past my significant other as well. We are kind of more looking at possibly going to Florida first, but that is just because I'm terrible and I'm coaxing her into going to see the Nintendo Land down there. Because, you know, as much as I will rip and rag on Nintendo, it's still on my bucket list and I want to go see that place so bad. Alright, yeah, so right now it is just... I pick the level. I don't decide where the stats go. Again, the stat layout is going to be determined on the clothing I'm wearing. Whoops. That's what I meant to do. Alright, let's see here. That is going to be dexterity based. In all honesty, that's probably going to be pretty decent for my weapons. Not enough to really matter. Alright. Yeah, okay, nothing there really changes worth a darn. Before I go into the boss fight, I think I want to do something rather maybe stupid. It's a little risky. First, I want to see if I can pull aggro on any of these guys without triggering the gun boys. I want to go to the DreamWorks Dragonland. Is that in Japan? Given that that's your big trip, I'm just going to ask the question there. Alright, obviously I'm not going to be able to, so I'm going to go deal with the gun boys first. Play a little game of grab ass. There we go, got all three of them. So what I'm trying to do right now is build up my blood count in the bottom right there. And I need to kind of play a game with how I want to risk it. Drop attack. Because there's going to be an eventual point where trying to go forward and get more done on that is going to start costing me health. And so I think that's probably going to be as good as I'm going to get. Oh, we have a new ally here too. And you are definitely dead. Okay. I can't necessarily trust that all the time.
Explorer? It appears you're alone. I'm on my own.
No, it isn't.
Too.
Okay, hold on a second.
Looking for a partner for the path ahead. What do you say? Would you mind working together? At least until we're through here? Don't worry. I'm not gonna stab you in the back.
I've been on 2 road trips to Florida. As you go further south, it's all C's on business signs turn all the C's on business signs turn into K's. I wonder why. Oh, well, you know, they do have a they do have a little bit of a fondness for making certain very Mortal Kombat-esque in their spelling down there, aren't they? For obvious groups that like dressing up like ghosts tend to imply. It is in Florida. Just fed Morticia. Is Morticia the gecko? Yeah, okay. Ate 2 worms. It is the gecko. But yeah, I was trying to remember. You're getting so many animals, Richard. You're getting to be up there with me on that. Hey, Keegs, welcome to the stream. How are things going? Hopefully things are going well for you. I am going to bring this guy with me.
Glad to work with you.
I don't recall if you get very many options like that. I don't think there's any benefit not to taking this guy. But I can't remember if there's any further like him where they're like, oh, hey, can I go with you? Because honestly, them doing that and like having a hidden enemy that way would be kind of dope. Alright.
That's
Kind of got to pick how I'm doing this. Give me that booty. And I gotta pick how I do this because there's a couple of big don't fuck with me guys down there. Yeah, I think I've dealt with this side of the field, and I don't want to engage without doing a little bit more preparatory cleanup down there. Why can't I just grab that weapon? Bound to be better than my sword here. Although, honestly, not a lot is going to compare with the good old gun. Yeah, okay, looks like it. Did I? There it is.
Would have missed that.
I mean, I kind of did miss that. I'm not going to stay long. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. Well, we appreciate it, Keegs. Anyways, Caro, if you're heading out to... Okay, 2 questions. What is it? Because I don't necessarily know what the what Dragon's Land is. Can you fill me in on what that is? And what are you guys planning to go do in Japan? Because you've been there once now, and so you kind of... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, nope, getting out of that, getting out of that. I'm just gonna sit back at the safe distance and blast this guy for now. I thought I was safe. Okay, well, that was incredibly sloppy, and I should have done better on that. Anyways, what is it you're looking to do in Japan? Since you guys have been there once before already, you've done the obvious everybody does it tourist trap stuff. That tends to be what I run into when I travel to, is you go there once, and the second time you go there is a little bit different in planning, and you kind of have a little bit more of an idea. Why am I screwing up which button is my attack right now? My head is too wrapped up into the conversation right now. There we go. Deal with that, and get the fuck off of that platform. Alright, so right now I think he's the only thing left. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is a lot of range. His sweep is about as long as my fucking shot. I don't think I get a good butt stab here either.
Do you still have some healing left?
Alright, dealt with him. Alright, those guys I don't want to fuck with too much. Just got back from picking up my mom at the hospital where my sister's at. I'm not going to get too into the details of that. If you're interested in the details, you probably should end up joining the Discord and be part of the conversation. But I am not going to get into the details of that live here. Things are going good. Just finished up the first Terrifier film. Going to stay up all night watching horror movies. This is, in fact, the time of the year to do that. We're going to go to Cat Island in Japan. I'm familiar with it, but I don't necessarily know what all there is to do with out there. I do also know that there's a lot of like the cat cafes. I assume that you're going to be able to go to a couple of major ones like that out there.
Want to head up?
Obviously, big cat fan. So I know that you're going to be absolutely loving it out there, but you know, little couple of details. What are you guys thinking you're going to be doing there? Or are you really just going to go and see all the Japanese cats? Favorite Pokemon Bunnelby is in Legends ZA.
We can go down from here.
This game is good based on that alone. Yeah, being able to get your favorite is always a bonus. I think it would break my heart if I played a Pokemon game without Growlithe. I know there's a tall building with a Sega logo that's nothing but arcade cabinets in Japan. I don't know. I've heard that one of the Sega locations like shut down or something. I don't know if it's the main building or what that is, or if it's even just moved. I don't know the details. I just remember having that story come up at some point. I don't know exactly where, but I also know that that building is featured heavily in a lot of games that take place in Japan. So it's probably one of the main prefectures for tourism's, Shibuya or something like that. I can't imagine it would be Akihabara, just because in all of the depictions I see of that, that is also oftentimes, like, one main street is what usually gets depicted in the games. And I know I've seen the building in a couple of games before. Alright, let's pop those levels again. Probably before long, I'm going to want to start going into here and playing with these. So these are where you can get a lot of your passive abilities and your active ones. I'm not entirely certain on what I'm about to say, but I seem to recall that once you, I don't know if it's master or whatever, but you can basically master these, and then you can start crossing them over. So, you know, taking the active adrenaline boost, and I think there's going to be one that gives, like, another active attack buff. You can actually start running both of those together, both of the skills, but dedicating to one gift set over the other. So there is even some cross-building that you can do.
Could you fill me in on the details later?
Alright, so I capped off at 16. Alright, I want to check something here. Each card shot is 2. Yeah, I'll be able to make do with that. I just want to top it off again. I just wanted to verify what I was about to be walking into, what I know to be the first major boss fight for.
It's strange to see a cave connected to
And
a building.
unlike the Souls games, in this one, you actually do have to beat the first boss.
What do we have here?
Okay, the Queenslayer Blade, I think, is a big deal. I think I want that one. Yeah, so it is a weaker sword overall than the one I'm using. And it doesn't really swing any faster, but it's lighter weight, and that might... Alright, it does not give me the dodge that I wanted. But the weapon weight can start to become a factor, so that, again, I like being able to have fast attacks, and I like the quick dodge. Fortunately, I don't have that with either weapon right now. And switching over to a different outfit doesn't give it to me either. I don't know what I'm going to watch next. I got a bunch saved on Tubi. Might go for the old black and white ones. I know we had the conversation before. Honestly, I think the old black and whites, the horror movies, where they had to worry about suspense and building things up, I swear those are just generally better. Alright, I know they're going to fuck with me on a couple of things. Can I shoot them? There we go.
This terrain doesn't favor us.
Alright, one big guy dealt with.
Impressed.
Go on, are you gonna drop? Well, then I'm probably not going to be ambushed from this side. It's going to be from the other side. Deal with him first, and then the slimes that I know are going to want to drop down. Are they not up there? I could have sworn that there were slimes that dropped down from here, too. Alright, Keegs, have a good one. Enjoy your movies. Oh. Oh, that's miserable. Wait. What the... You're telling me we got a Pokemon game that takes place inside of a city, and you don't have one of the more famous city Pokemon? You don't get Growlithe. I know in like a lot of the games and everything, it's just like, oh yeah, it's out in the fields, but you know, that's where most of them are in the early games. But like a lot of the depictions have them with the police force and in the city. Like Growlithe is a city Pokemon, and you're telling me we don't got him here? Absolutely, Sad Boy Club. I don't necessarily like these noises. One of my gripes is that the Legend ZA has a painfully... Yeah, it does. I have heard that a few times by now. I don't know how small. I think I've heard, what, 200 or 300? Yeah, I have heard that before, yes. And I know that you know, like, the exact number, and I don't remember it. They do have, like, a painfully small map, too. Like, I recalled a lot of people when the game got supposedly leaked. Everybody was saying, like, holy cow, this seems so small. And there was a lot of people that were trying to hype it up, like, well, you know, you don't know yet. It's not out. Rumors say bigger than, you know, people were trying to cover up for that. And, you know, fair play to them. I don't want to go in here. I know it's in here. Yep, gonna back right out. Alright, well, I guess I'm not triggering it yet, so I'll be good for now. Yeah, that was the guy I was worried about. I'm just gonna leave the stranger to go fight him. I am gonna puss out and let him do all the work for that one. I don't want to fuck with that. Those guys have sweeping for days. I watched the 3 Librarian movies on Tubi. I have no idea what those are.
This lake was formed
I
from a
am
cove
very
built
much
by a
inexperienced in the realm of, inexperienced in the realm of horror movies. It is a world that I have only just recently been getting opened up to me. Because I tended to, for so long, to just avoid them like the plague.
above us.
Yep, okay, there we go. Alright, they're all dealt with. This guy's gonna come around the corner again. Kinda just want to see if I can't hit him with the old shotgun there. As long as I have my senses around about me, I know do not trust any ledge or any corpse. But the second I start talking, I get real sloppy. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, yeah, so this is the spot right before the boss fight. I'm really only up. Like, not even 4 if I sit... No, I can't even sit down here. I thought I could.
You miss anything?
Well, that's unfortunate. People were immediately comparing it to the Yakuza franchise because it's all in the city before it even came out. Yeah. I'll be honest, it's... I don't understand where they were coming from making a city game and then you can't go into any of the buildings. I don't know if they're unfamiliar with... Because it's supposed to be in France, right? Like, that's kind of what the region is based off of. A lot of the buildings in France are just, you know, artistic on the inside, especially the more historic ones. I know it's a major city, but like there should be like things to go in and see and experience. And I know that there's a couple of buildings you can go into, but it is incredibly limited. For being just a city, I would have appreciated a little bit more of the,
Good. That's
you
light
know,
from the
open
surface.
exploration like you get when you're actually exploring a city in the real world. You know what I mean, right? Like, you've got full-on city blocks that you can end up just getting lost in and having literal pocket cultures there. Alright, let's head on in there. See how badly I get my ass kicked. So, in a fight between super-powered individuals, I brought a gun to a hammer
Come
fight.
back. Cast aside your doubt.
So, there we go. The first guy we met that was halfway decent was lost because his mask got busted.
Where to get started?
So therein lies the story element of don't let it happen to you. Can't remember if this guy gets a butt stab or not. Doesn't seem like it.
That's
But it is still definitely the safest place to be. Alright, get out of that. Pop a few shots at him. Oh, that hurt.
sure you saved some.
Definitely pop some healing after that.
That's
Yeah, if you want to keep your attention on me, that's fine. Got a few more of those in me. Alright, there we go. First boss down. There are several in this game, and I think some pretty early on, that definitely start swinging a lot harder. This is obviously the first boss, not meant to be that crazy hard.
She's all right.
In fact, that enemy becomes a normal enemy down the
By the
line.
way, both of you.
But the game does open up eventually and gives you some exploration to take. And they do have their own version of invaders and other people coming in. And in fact,
Best to stay away
if I
from
knew
those
anybody
stones.
watching had the game, I
Anyone
could
who
even
touches
go
them is
online and people
defiled,
could invade me and
transformed
kick
into
my
the
ass
lost.
with a much higher level
Listen
character.
to their whispers. Someone has to be sacrificed.
Alright, so we're about to
Without
see
blood
some of the
we won't make it.
special skills of our character here. This is where the
Once you
story
settle
narrative
down,
comes into
let's
play.
Get out of here. Someone has to be sacrificed.
You can go into more of the buildings in Legend ZA than you'd expect. Actually, not as much as there should be, but definitely more than Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, no, Scarlet and Violet dropped the ball heavy on that.
Wait, what are you?
And I kind of expected Caro to have the game. She's also a big Pokemon fan. Honestly, I'm surprised I still haven't
It's all
sent
right.
Caro a invite link
You
to the
can do it.
Discord. However, it is in the description if she wants, but I know her and I still talk over on the Amino app, which unfortunately these days seems to get less and less use. Out of curiosity, since we're talking about, you know, ups and downs with the game, what's your opinion on it, Caro? Alright, now we have to have the emotional feels moment. I actually didn't buy Legend ZA. It's still on my list to not get. However, I will be honest, I'm kind of at the point where if it drops to the right price and I can find a copy used, I'll probably pick it up.
There are no exceptions. Sorry.
All right, so we are getting some memories of whose blood echo thing that this is.
Someone has to be sacrificed. Without blood beads, we won't make it.
And we are getting the details for how important the blood beads are.
Humans that remain are under Silva's control. Wandering revenants like us are forced to hunt for blood beads or face death. Even if some revenants must be sacrificed for our survival.
So yeah, the revenants are the people like us. You need blood beads to survive, or you need humans to be able to feast on. Again, the vampire element is very
I
prevalent.
guess you reap what you sow, right? Well, that's all right. What's important is that at least one of us makes it.
And so we do get to see Oliver's last couple of moments there. I don't like the fact that I can't explore when I want to. Yeah, like I said, I kind of wish that it was more open to exploration. Again, Legends Arceus, when they gave you access to the field, it was a benefit to that game. It was a detriment that it was like massively open with little to do in between, but it was a benefit that it did just basically say, here's the section you can explore, go to town. So again, like, give and takes there. I will say the battle mechanic looks interesting. Without having played the game, I don't want to say too much about how much I approve or don't for what it offers, but the idea is there, and I can respect what they're going
It's
for.
a place where lost recollections still wander. Come, let's move on. If you use that stairway, I believe it should take us back to the world outside this memory.
So why is it you're here?
Is this the past of one of the lost? No. There's no way.
Got it? You do not like that game? You don't like ZA in general, or you don't like
It was
Legends
a
Arceus?
memory, carved into that vestige by the one who left it behind.
I didn't expect that I'd get dragged into it too.
We both melted into you.
Well, that's a disturbing way to reference it.
Believe this. What a power. Come with me. I know a spot where we can rest. I'm Louis. I'm researching blood beads.
Isn't that supposed to be, like, incredibly dumb, Louis?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Carol, I partially blame the terrible day-night system in ZA. That's actually my main gripe with the game. It made everything feel like you have to do it rather than wanting to. I like how the battle system works, admittedly. Yeah, again, like I said, the battle system I haven't played, so I haven't experienced. And so I can only go off of kind of how it looks to be happening and unfolding. I have seen that it's kind of buggy, but it really seems to be more of a limitation on the AI, and I suppose, you know, limitations, give it to them.
Isn't it?
It's the first time they've gone this direction with the series. But it does look
Mist showed up a
limited
short time
in
after
the
the Queen
AI
was defeated.
experience. But the idea, I can
it
absolutely
did,
respect the idea
trapped
they're going
everyone
for.
and everything
And
inside,
again, it looks
giving birth to
enjoyable.
the Society of Revenants ruled by Silva.
And I'm going to take this opportunity for the lore and story dump to step aside for just a moment. Please bear with me.
The creatures trapped inside the miasma wander in a never-ending cycle of death and rebirth, always searching for blood beads to sustain them. Revenants need to have blood. Without it, they turn into those creatures we call the Lost. The Revenants who captured you were desperately searching for blood, terrified of losing themselves. It's a common fate these days. But ripples are beginning to form. You cleared the miasma and revitalized the blood spring. Where did you learn to do that? You've forgotten? Anything you do remember? That's unusual, losing so much of your memory. I suppose it was the same for her. For now, just take it easy. Make yourself at home.
All right, sorry about that. I am back. Just getting my headphones back on. There we go. All right, I think I have to go around and meet everybody.
Everyone wants to know more about me, but I don't know the answer.
So yeah, to my surprise, Caro did not like the Arceus game, which is, again, as Rigid said, not the common stance people have. So I guess, here's a question. Do you like Legends Arceus or Legends ZA better? Because, again, the not liking Arceus is the unusual take. Doesn't mean it's a bad one, it's just not the one that is the common experience there. And I'm curious, if you didn't like what Arceus brought, do you like what ZA is bringing to the table more? Because, again, the common consensus would be a lot of people liked the Arceus game a little bit more than ZA. Let's see here. I will say having animated cutscenes, but not having them voice acted, and making you have to read them with giving you a time limit, kind of is stupid. So, I actually, to this day, honestly don't mind not having voice acting in games. The thing is you have to know the limitations of what you're doing and showing. Again, something really high action, high energy, it might be a consideration to do voice acting, especially if it's something that has to play out with like a set time limit to how it plays out and is delivered to the player. Another example would be in, I think it's Sword and Shield. I can't remember the guy's name, but in the Punk City, the musician gym leader, having that entire scene without, like, at the very least, music, in general, was just a terrible way to go about it. But, like, really, you're only talking about major scenes like that where I would have an issue with not having voice acting. To this day, I do actually like, when I play on my own, not being limited to voice acted lines being delivered, forcing a story to go at a certain pace, because like I do with watching anime, I will play games while doing other things, and so it's not uncommon for a scene to open up and for me to set my controller down, go fold laundry, and hit the A button every so often. And if something is voice acted, for me to hit a point where I missed what was said and need to go back and read. So I like having those luxuries, but man, you'd think this far along, if you're cutting the cost with not having voice actors, you'd have some quality benefits in other areas. So far, she likes ZA more. Again, I'm not going to say it is a right or wrong opinion, but it is not the common opinion that I have heard, so that is interesting. There are side quests, but they aren't incentivized at all to the point where you'll forget they're in the game. Yes, Piers, the voiceless musician. Oh, the rapping gym leader. The one that I grotesquely attempted to give some portrayal to when I was playing through that game and failed miserably because the white boy in me couldn't hide the ability to just kick the door in and punch the nearest wall, because, you know, that's what we do apparently. By my side?
It was simply decided. One does what must be done. And for me, that is my mission. To stay at your side.
Alright, so there we go. So these items are gifts that I can give to people. There's a couple of them that I've picked up so far, and then some of these... Yeah. That is, what am I supposed to be doing? I think somewhere in here is a bunch of the DLC items. Let's see here. Yep, that's going to be one of them. That's going to be one of them. I do want to go grab them, but they're not going to be anything major right now. I know there's one down here. All this is a costume option for somebody, which I don't even have right now, so I'm just picking up the costume option, so be able to use that later. Kind of wish I could give her a little bit more of a kind of military-like run, because that is very, very hip-swaying and not really portraying the kind of character I thought I was building, you know? 3,000 of my little blood tokens.
Nice to meet you. If Louis brought you here, there must be some reason, right? I've got my own reasons
whoops,
for
didn't
why
mean
I
to
can't
skip
go
that.
into combat
Leave it be.
with you,
Don't touch
but
the controller,
I'll provide
Ian.
your weaponry and maintain it for you. Anyway, relax and make yourself at home.
So, this is where I can
I'll
buy
take care
new
of all your
gear,
weaponry
and I'm
later.
hoping that they're just going to let me do
So
that
relax
right
and make
now,
yourself
because
at
I don't
home.
want to have to spend my points on leveling up
I'm
right
really
now.
sorry.
I'd rather...
Right,
Alright, yeah, okay, there we go. I'd rather be able to buy some new gear rather soon, because the actual armor I have right now is pretty
All
weak
residents
sauce.
carry some secret with them. Don't do anything funny. I'll be keeping an eye on you until this talk with Louis settles down.
Alright, and then we got her to
You're
go
an
talk
unfamiliar
to.
face. Has Louis stuck his head into another pot of trouble? Well, it's none of my business, really. Anyway, I'm Coco, a merchant by trade. Stop by if you
I
need
don't
anything.
know what the purpose of having the vehicle here is, but, like, I'm not arguing with it.
You're looking a bit tired. Your friend is probably lonely in a place like this.
I mean, yeah, but didn't we already...
Everyone wants to know all I
Yeah,
can.
we exhausted this, didn't
I
we?
was wounded while I was searching for you. I am not a very capable fighter.
Alright, well, you go lay down. I guess I'm gonna go see... Oh, wait, I didn't talk to the big guy here. The only one I'm missing? Yeah, okay.
There you are, the revenant that Louis sees so much potential in.
God, I wish I
I'm
could make a
Davis.
character that
I go around for the
bulky.
provisional government as part of the investigation.
So yeah, you are very limited in the character
Just as a
creation,
warning,
and they give
try
you
not to
this
stir up any trouble.
behemoth hulking man here,
If you do,
and they won't
you
let you
be able to
make
do
a
the job.
character like him, and it
Well,
bugs the hell out of me.
right.
Alright, so I think that's everybody. I'm gonna go talk to Louis one last time to make sure that there's nothing else to do here.
You're looking a bit tired. Your friend is probably...
Yeah, no, I am not gonna be resting. I think what I have to go do is just jump right back in and continue my way through the murder field. Son of a bitch, I can't do that. of Berserker? It's probably going to have some good things eventually, but we aren't there yet. Yeah, I honestly don't think I have any really strong wants there. Yep, gonna hold off on everything.
Just so there's no confusion.
Clearly, I'm gonna have to go through and make sure I exhaust
All
everyone's
revenants carry
dialogue
some
again.
secret. Don't do. All revenant.
Okay, you're not gonna have anything extra. Am I supposed to lay down in the bed? You said I was tired, but like I don't recall being able to sleep. Talk to Louis and gather more information. What did... I'm sorry, Louis. What's going on here?
Your friend is probably lonely in a place like this. I'll have to say...
Sorry, but I'm in the middle of taking it.
Huh.
I'll take care of all your weapon.
Yeah, we've been through that. Do I open up the big doors? Do not open up the big doors. Got it. Right, I'm not doing any of the DLC. It really seems to imply that I should be able to rest somewhere. I don't know, I feel like that's not doing a whole lot of resting. Although that was a hell of a camera angle.
It's everyone wants all I can mind. I'm one and I'm not one and I would. It seems like if you find any vest, it could be.
Okay, God bless it.
It seems I can. If you find any, it could.
All right, so now I think that was the last dialogue
The
tree I
ability
needed.
to draw strength
There you
from
go.
experiencing memories, and the power to revitalize blood springs, both unprecedented. Sorry, but could I get a sample of your blood? We might understand more if we analyzed it.
I don't know if
It
you've
won't be
played the
much,
Rockstar
just a
game,
small
Bully. I
vial,
know about
so
the
you
game.
won't
I
need to
have
worry
not
about
played it.
bloodthirst.
But a
It'll take
notification
a while to
reminded
get the
me.
results. Take it easy in the room back there while you wait.
Swegta apparently has been working on an online version of the game. Interesting. Yeah, I actually haven't played it before. Alright, so we do have a bedroom back here. Not that we're going to spend a whole lot of time here. Have you finished? Can I buy new gear
I'm
yet?
really sorry. I should.
God!
I've done
All
what
right.
I can to look into your talents, and I've confirmed something surprising. Revenants have blood types that differ from those of humans. These types greatly affect a Revenant's abilities. However, your blood has no specific type. Or maybe more accurately, your type is broken.
Got it.
Your
I
abilities,
am,
the fact that you
I
have
am
no
special
type,
needs down to the
might be
blood
due to your
type.
being what
Got
we
it.
call a void type. You were able to gain another Revenant's power through a vestige, right? That phenomenon is unique to void types. Supposing you are a void type, there's a test I'd like to perform. Don't worry, you'll get something out of it. I'm going to give you some of my blood. If my theory is correct, it should act as a medium that will give my power to you.
Now, for some reason, as I recall,
Here goes.
Louis' blood type can carry you quite a bit. I think it gives you some of the options to light your weapon on fire, and that doesn't go away for being valuable for a good while. Alright, so he gave me his blood type. I think now I should go over here and see about swapping over to it. There it is. Alright, so I'm not going to be using that very often. Blade Dance is pretty good. Switch over to that. Flame Weapon, it seems I can't use it yet. Or do I not have the... Yeah, okay, I can't get it yet. Alright, so yeah, there's going to be some expanding to this that I can make use of, but the ability to make each subsequent attack a little bit stronger, going to be pretty nice. I'm going to keep that on for a while.
Did you go visit Murasame and Coco? They should be ready to do business now. Weapons
Awesome.
and blood veils are vital parts of a Revenant's kit when exploring. You should take another look at them. If you've got materials, upgrade and transform them. Once you've got that settled, talk to me again, and we'll continue where we left off.
Alright, so I think I can buy things from her, and again,
gotcha.
I think the big thing that you can get from
If you
these
want it,
characters
I got it.
is going to be their blood codes. I think she doesn't have anything major right now. Yeah, we're going to go without that for now. The other thing is, as you give them gifts, you can start to unlock their own personal specialty gear.
Oh, good timing. I've got everything set up now. What do
Shared a
you need?
video and provided a timestamp to what I thought you were... Yeah, I think I know the video you're talking about. I think you've shared some similar ones before. Hopefully the benefit from that will be positive. Space King references. Alright, let's see about some new...
Buying something?
There we go, new blood veils. So the festive ones are fun. These are set color schemes. This one's going to be green. These ones, the festive ones, as I recall, are actually kind of fun. I want to have at least my secondary weapon, the gun. I want that set to quick. So this would be a good one. And that would be a good one. Lean hard on the dexterity build would not be a bad thing. I seem to recall the spear clothing actually being really cool for the special kills that you get. So we got the claw weapons, the spear, the little puppy boys. And I don't remember the thorn. I could pop the thorn on and just see what it does. I think I've got the money for them. Yeah, I could. Buy the claw. Buy the spear.
I've got new weapons available. I hope there's something you can use.
Let's also take a look at these. Do we have new bayonets? We do not have new bayonets.
Okay.
So I think we're pretty well good. And I guess I'm going to wait until I'm out in the field to put the new jacket on because I want to be able to see it.
You remember that scene we witnessed at the Vestige? That kind of stuff happens every day here. Silva has taken most of the humans who survived under his protection, so revenants are left to rely on blood beads alone to slake their unending thirst. But, well, nothing in this world lasts forever. The springs
I need to
started dry
rewatch
up,
the Space King
so
stuff
blood
because that shit
beads
is just
grew
funny.
rarer and rarer. And the order Silva created by levying and
Probably
distributing
consider
blood
supporting
beads
them too.
won't last much longer either.
If I want to get more of that, I guess I got to start putting money into it, right?
The world needs more blood beads. Only then can we strive for fairness.
Speaking
instead of
of, has
petty
anybody
favoritism.
heard the details that are going to be changing with
That's why we've
YouTube?
been exploring the
Apparently
Jail
they're
of the
firing
Mists.
a whole lot of
We're doing
staff
research to
and
learn
giving
all we
them
can
the
about
opportunity
blood
to
beads.
accept a buyout.
But the miasma has been a
So
real problem.
it sounds like
It
their
makes
team
our
is going to be
thirst even
shrinking
worse,
even
so
further.
our progress has stalled.
And I don't know how they're going
Now,
to
though, we
start,
have a glimmer of hope. Your
you know,
power can clear the
supplementing
miasma.
for that loss
If you
in
could help us.
manpower. I assume they're going to be leaning
Well,
into
you'd
the
be drawn
AI
into a bit of
system
conflict.
for a lot of that. And
Still,
that
the truth
is
is,
not going
we
to
don't
be
have a lot of hope
favorable
without
to content creators, I would assume.
Will you join us? Thanks.
I know there is the running idea of
So,
Matt Pat
it's a
out
done
in
deal?
Congress right now. And by that I
Well
mean
then,
communicating with
from
them.
now on,
But
You're one of us.
I don't know what all that's going to mean in the practicality of everything, especially with such a drastic shift. If they are going to move over to a lot more AI-run
Yakumo
systems
Shinonome.
within what they do, there's going to
I'll
be some
looking forward
problems,
to
I'm
seeing you
sure.
in action.
Let's get right into it. Here's what's going on. We're studying blood beads and their springs. We want to know how and when blood springs appear, their cycles for producing beads, and the composition of the beads themselves. We've made
So
a few
basically, how can we,
discoveries.
probably getting to the point of how can we make our own?
First of all, we found that there are tubes like capillaries running through the earth. We call them blood veins. And so
You
far as
have
we can determine,
veins
every
running
single
through
blood
the
spring
earth,
is located on top of one of these blood veins.
and they happen to produce drops of
Also,
blood.
After comparing blood beads and blood veins, we now know that they are mostly comprised of the same
Bloodborne wishes it was
substances.
talking about blood this often.
In other words, we can safely assume that blood springs always form along blood veins. We think that means there must be a source
Dual-wielding
somewhere,
spears, hit me baby
a
one
kind
more
of
time.
headwaters for the blood beads.
I don't know,
Now that we
I
have
think it
you
would be more
around
like
to clear the
dual-wielding
miasma,
shields,
we
and like
can
that's your
investigate
game
the
plan.
springs and follow the blood
Just keep
veins.
constantly getting beat in the face and tanking
And
the whole
hopefully
of the
find
damage.
source. Right?
There are some really
We
funny
wanna check
Dark
out the
Souls
old city
builds in some
ruins
games
first.
where you literally
Sorry
will
for the
just
rush,
dual wield
but we
shields for
should
the
head out
purpose
as
of
soon
it.
as you're ready.
Alright, well, I am ready.
Is something up? We can head out.
Let's head right into the next area. Finally, I can teleport back to where we were. So it's going to be in the Outer Crossroads. And so this is the point where the tutorial is more or less finally done. You know, you've done your first boss fight. Finally, they're willing to let you have some of those training wheels off. Is that the way I came, or is that the way I came?
It's good to be with you.
I think that's the way I'm going, though. Alright, let's put these new gears on the Thorn. But yeah, I actually kind of like the festive gear. I think on a couple of my characters, I rock some of it just because, God, that shiny red is just so pretty. And if I want to see what exactly... No,
Did you pick up something we can use?
that doesn't seem right. Gonna have to figure out which way is progress. Alright, I can definitely see that that's the way I was running from before. And it looks like I've definitely been down there. Okay, well, I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just gonna pick a direction and dedicate at this point. If we're going back down, we're going back down.
On my way. This way should lead to the old city.
Hey, I picked right. Oh, thank God, I've got the fast dodge again. Alright, so the other one that I wanted to show off is... That's the other outfit we're going to have to rock for a bit. And I might switch over to this one just because it
Checking your
leans
equipment.
more into the
I'll keep
dexterity
watching.
build. The Thorn is a little bit more, I think, focused into the magic-y elements. But, you know. Right now, we're kind of worried about Rule of Cool.
A map of the depths. Davis would be very interested.
I even read that? Oh, man. The game is one giant tampon ad. I mean... No! But yes! And also, that's pretty disturbing to think about. Especially when you start to unlock further layers of the story. I'm uncomfortable by how somewhat accurate that kind of is. Go all over the world, spread your blood everywhere.
That's something.
Expectations exceeded.
Oh, that's
That
why he
settles
could take the mask off.
You're absolutely
We
vital
like
to our
somewhat
operation.
purified the area.
There are more blood springs ahead, but the miasma is blocking the way forward. Do you think you could clear it for us again?
I guess I don't have a lot of options.
Thank you. We know where two
I'm here to
springs are
drink
thanks
blood
to
and kill
past
things, so
expeditions.
if you let me do both, we're good.
Let's go have a look at them.
The territory up ahead is teeming with the lost. Watch yourself.
And yeah, there is going to be a lot more of the outfit varieties that we'll be able to start swapping between. And like I said, I am largely just looking to ride the rule of cool because although I'm probably going to die a few times, there is no reason I shouldn't be able to, at this point, play this game and consider that being the more heavy focal point.
Glorious past.
Alright, there's going to be a couple of enemies up this way that I'm going to have to deal with. Because we're about to start entering the combat zone again. And I think we're going to start getting some of the challenge enemies as well.
I won't take long. Wait, that's...
Alright, so I need to be on the lookout for all of those because picking up more of those are going to be how I unlock the rest of his skill tree. And I think every area is going to have like about 3 of those. Oh, whoops. Forgetting which button is the attack button again. Alright, so that's thorns. I get a bunch of big sword attacks from the ground. Admittedly, that is kind of cool, though. Alright, let's show off a few different one here. So, the hounds we'll get to check out. And I seem to recall, like, the thorns is... Whoa! Okay, that was big. I want to be able to get behind you. There we go, that's the hounds. Our clothing gets to make a couple of good boys. Do I not have... Oh, shoot, I didn't buy one. Alright, well, we'll stick with this one for now. Just for the, I was gonna say, I do not trust that.
This terrain doesn't favor us. Not bad.
You don't say! It's almost like every enemy quite literally has the high ground. There we go. I trust none of these crevices.
Bustling world, reduced to this. Not a lot of room to dodge here.
There we go. Return to the good old game of grab ass when I'm doing those skills. Whoa! Stabbed from behind him. I suppose on the plus side, I don't have to meander in one spot too often. I'm making fairly good time. Although I'm going to slow down to a crawl if I end up dying and losing all of my blood points. I don't know what to call them.
It's quite valuable. Let's use it well.
Alright. That was not a particularly great spot to be in. camera really didn't want to do me any favors either.
You've used a lot of healing. Can you still go on?
Good thing the game has the text. I thought he said miasma and not miasma.
We can't see around the vehicles. Take care.
Well, you know, we are all wearing those face masks, so, you know. Good old blood asthma. And I think we're going to have a big boy coming up.
Keep an eye out around blind spots.
Come on. There we go. Oh, I am not particularly happy about shoving my hand up there. There we go. Grab another one. There's enough there for 2 handfuls. And pop the heal before I let you kill me. Am I going the right way anymore? I feel like I should be going up more.
Hey, what is it? You okay? Yo, Louis. You smell that?
Yeah. Human blood. An escapee?
Now, where did she run off to? Huh? Hey, chumps! What the hell are you doing here?
Oh shit, that's right. We are heading towards
of
one
your
of the harder boss fights here.
Oh, really? Then tell me this. Why would scum like
Let's see if I can manage to make my way
have
out
the
there.
sweet
It is
stink of a
one of the
human
most
on
get
ya.
your shit kicked boss fights in this game. And it's
The
one of the
girl
ones you can
belongs to
access
us.
fairly early on.
Put your paws
But
on
it
our
is also at a
property
point where I
and
think
your
you've got like
ash.
3 different
That
ways you
clear?
can go. Let's see if I can't go get my shit stomped for a bit.
Fresh blood is some powerful stuff. You hanging in there? So, what's the plan now?
So
know
again,
it's just
as
a
with
matter
a
of
lot
time
of the
until we find that
vampire
missing human.
and demon folklore
You
stuff,
know the plan.
you get exposed to fresh blood, and it
Hell
starts
yeah.
tempting you pretty well.
Let's hope she hasn't been devoured by horrors yet.
Alright, I think if I'm going to try and make the effort to do the harder boss fight early on, I think I need to get used to not fighting with Louis on my side here. So let's see if I can't pop it over to Yakumo. There we go. And I'm going to want to pump some levels. I've got a fairly decent armor
Another
kit
day
here.
together.
And my focus needs to be more on just not dying. Because
Government-made ladder. We won't let it go
it is a
waste.
very fast-paced fight. Honestly, there is a water fight, and I know a lot of times, like, the water and swamp levels in Souls-like games are referenced as being the, like, least favorite ones to go through. But the boss fight for that area is one of my favorites in this game. I've got a couple of puppies here. Alright, pretty sure they're all dealt with.
Mess with the best, right?
And honestly, that wasn't too bad. The text is doing some heavy work. Oh man, well, I'm sure I am doing it no favors myself. Alright, I knew you guys weren't all dead, but again, I am making the mistake of thinking that the R buttons are my attack buttons, and they are not. All right, that lot is dealt with. Still out of range. And I really need to get a different gun because the range on this one just ain't doing it for me. All right, Mr. Street Fighter. That kind of messed me up.
Taking thralls on a walk, huh?
I mean, I could go fight him. Alright, I think back this way I can get my first invasion here. There it is. Alright, yep. And now I want to... Oh, get back out of that.
Don't let them back you into a corner. Yeah, you're in the groove.
Alright, so here it's just a bunch of different enemies.
Damn you.
I know we're not done yet. There we are. Still got another one. There we go. I think that was the last guy. Apparently not. Where the hell are the rest of them? God, there's so many of these assholes.
Can you still regenerate some? How's this?
Well, I'm down to one more heal, and I think I'm actually pretty far away from the next spot to top off. But those challenge runs where they just kind of start invading you randomly, I think once you're done with those, that's kind of it. You're done for good at that point.
Got something we can use?
All right. So I'm going to continue on and try to see about getting to that challenge area. I know you're not dead.
How's this?
All right. Yeah. Don't want to be too wrapped up in that, but I am in that position now. Alright, I think back that way is the direction I'm wanting to head. Yep, just start putting items in the chest. Yep, okay. This is definitely the direction I'm looking to head. That area must really stink. I'm positive it smells like BO. We are getting into the deep puns at this point.
Choose your ground well.
Okay, getting back from some of that there. I am really trying to mad dash to one of the harder bosses here because I think it's going to be a little bit more enjoyable to see me have to do a little bit of struggle bussing. there is a pit of poison that you can start getting into. I think it's poison, at least. And that is kind of the challenge spike area. And it is the area that you can go to opposite of this. But given that that is where the challenge spike picks up from, and this area that I'm going to be heading towards is kind of one of the areas I think probably more intended to be tackled later. I've got to make sure you guys are all actually dead. But yeah, given that this is one of those spots that I think is meant to come up later, it's going to be a little bit even more of a challenge than the first intended area. This is actually the boss that when I have seen people play this game and they just give up, this boss I'm heading towards is kind of the one that people usually just say, yeah, that was the one that made me rage quit.
Looks like we're back in the park.
And I admit, it is not... I think there's like... I swear somebody comes up from behind if you go back in this way, and I don't want to trust it. I've got bad memories of getting ambushed. There we go. And given that I'm running low on my ability to heal, I don't want to fuck with that. Alright, I could head up that way. I think that's a shortcut to where I can heal up at. So maybe I do that.
It looks like these will still hold our weight.
Right, it's right there. The map. Alright, so this is that long hallway that we saw earlier. This is the shortcut back to where I can go to heal, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to level up a little bit too.
I'm on my way. Glad to see
But
that.
now I'm pretty much right at the last leg before getting to that boss area. And there is a lot of pain in the ass fights to go through. Gravity is going to be my enemy here.
Don't run too far ahead. Want to take a break?
Don't hang too far behind. Alright, I don't want to head too far into that direction, because this is where the dumb shit comes up.
You have to take whatever you can use.
So yeah, that that enemy there can launch you all over the place, and there are enemies in the area that also use rifles, and I believe they can also launch you around too. So there's a lot of problems waiting to happen here.
Let's open it up and see, shall we?
Although that's a pretty nice weapon to get. Let's see if I can't step aside. So yeah, strength builds. If you want to go that way, you get some big weapons.
Prepare now so you don't regret it later.
But yeah, I am all in on the fast weapons here. Switch back over to the rifle. Yeah, I will just tank those shots because I don't want to launch myself off the edge here. Like that.
Bring it anytime.
Nope. Nope. No. No, no, no. Nope. Nope. Whew. Okay, just gonna go back this way. Just gonna go where I can safely heal up.
Watch your regeneration.
Alright, so now I should be able to get close, fire off a shot, she'll be dealt with. And it didn't fire! That is gonna suck. I was expecting to have not switched over to my sword. I don't know when that happened.
That was a fight. Out of healing? Maybe we should turn back.
Alright, gonna push forward, and I know there's gonna be more pain up here.
This could fall at any time, huh? Cocky, you'll end up fall hair.
Do not want. Give me that tank. There we go. In this game, fighting is more than just an art.
Good stuff.
It's an artery. No, or at least something in that vein. All right. I think that is the bigger issue to be dealt with here. Because now it's a bunch of the enemies that we fought before. Just several of them at once. Alright.
You demonstrated your skills nicely. Got something to use?
Okay, nope, nope. Again, taint. Give me the tank. Give me the tank. Grab that booty. I am not going down here, not after getting this far in.
Let's open it up and see, shall we?
Alright, so now the Nightclaw +1 is just a better version of what I'm wearing. And it honestly matches my outfit better. Alright, is the healing... Nope, it is not healing up here. It is an enemy, and I should have definitely thought about coming up here after doing something about my health. Alright, give me 1 second. I will be right back.
We should probably move.
I apologize about that again. Alright. Where I am heading, I believe there's a spot down there past that item. And that is going to be kind of my... Or is that it? That early? I can't recall.
This park was a nice place to hang out. This place.
I know it's like really close where the actual marker is. There it is. Okay. I didn't want to accidentally pass it. This is a big one to grab. Take a rest. level up, and be ready to die probably a lot. Don't think I have any other passives, right? Right? Can't make use of that. Do not want to give up my damage, so I'm gonna leave everything there where it is. Swap that over to that. Want that. Probably that. And I can probably even burn all of these. I thought there was a way to use more than one of those at a time. Maybe not. Alright. If I'm not going to be able to pop more than one of those at a time, I'm not going to bother with them. Make sure I've got everything topped off. Oh, shoot, wait. I like that it's just the sound of blowing wind when you're gone. It's the sound of someone saying something so dumb that the whole room goes silent. That is the sound of me opening my mouth off mic. Do I not use them here? Or is it just an item that I pop? But, no, go away. Oh, that was dumb of me. Alright, yeah, well, I've lost that item. I thought that was the, one of the upgrades for my, my regeneration. It is not, but I do already have one of the upgrades because I have 4 uses of it now.
No harm in being prepared.
So yeah, right now, if there was any big upgrades I was going to be going to go get, it would be purely about my gear and equipment. At this point, trying to up my levels isn't going to do a whole lot to save me. So if I start getting just rocked by this boss up here, I'm just going to have to write off my losses.
The decision is yours.
I'm not going to go fight that. Just because I don't think there's going to be a lot of value in that. Don't think any of you guys get up and fuck with me now. Alright, so I'm good here. See if there's any value in doing that before the fight starts.
Let go of me!
We lost the race. Well, strength succeeds where speed fails.
Wait, this place is...
Hurry it up, damn wretch! Without your blood, we'll all suffer. Or didn't you think about that when you ran off?
Also had to get the daily dose of Monster Girl in here. I bet the tail gives good head.
Take him somewhere safe.
You owe me for this.
This is the real thing.
Well, that was quite the pose for her to take. Alright, nope, nope, back up, back up.
No harm in being prepared.
Back up out of all of that.
Can you still regenerate some?
Oh, nope.
You're out of healing.
Ah, damn. So yeah, you can kind of see why this is the big fight that kind of gets a little bit rocky here. The poison effect is pretty rough, and then add to it, once you start using up your items, they're gone. Like, you don't just replenish them easily. Them thighs, though, they go forever. She has a very, oh man, what is that? What is that Shin Megami Tensei? I think it's the Pixie from SMT or the Persona games, if you're more familiar with those. The Pixie art for that character is also very reminiscent of that kind of female build. Those legs that just go on forever. There we go. But it's also why Yakumo is rather valuable to be had there, because characters start dying real fast in that situation. Yakumo is right now pretty much the tankiest character that I'm canonically supposed to have as an ally. I'm fairly certain that the DLC has given me access to a character that I shouldn't have yet. And right now you can see, now the boss fight triggers at a slightly different point. Alright, that's a bad spot to be. That's a bad spot to be. Get out of there. I swear there's supposed to be like a big finisher move you can do by triggering that position for her and then attacking her from the right spot. But I don't remember what that spot is.
Slow down.
Yeah, so definitely get out of that. I am running my stamina way too short for where I should be. I am putting myself in bad spots.
Choose your fights well.
No, I'm just gonna tank it. Nope, that was a bad call. And there that goes. I think Yakumo might, be able to get me up one more time. I don't want to get too close right now. I am so close to actually pulling this one off. I was hoping to get the kill. Alright, well, whatever. Point is, I was able to do that in 2 runs, and that is not a particularly easy boss fight.
You awake? You? I remember you. Where's the girl? Answer me! Where did you take her?
Where's Rachel?
We're taking custody of the girl.
That human belongs to us. We will take her back.
Humans
Speaking
are
of Yakuma helping you get it up.
Same right to live that any of us do.
I love that. Like, I get it. I'm running around with like this big, fancy, magical rifle. But in a world where you've got magic blood rifles, Yakumo is still just like, by the way, I'm still just packing the good old classic piece.
At the Queen's hand. We writhe with this terrible thirst. We live in fear of joining the ranks of the lost. And for whose sake? It's all in the service of humans. If blood is the only price they have to pay, then they have a pretty good deal.
That doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want with them.
And what about the rights of revenants? Huh? It's not like we're choosing to live this way because it's such a barrel of laughs.
That should be enough to get you through a month or so.
Whoa, hold on a minute.
Just make sure that you and I never cross paths again. This is your one and only warning.
No way. The Crimson Sword?
So yeah, one of the things that sets this game apart as far as when you go into the boss fights. And it's it's one of those things where I have the benefit of knowing it, having played through the game a few times, but
I swear I'll end it.
Picking the right ally to go into a boss fight with, because again, a lot of people will pick Louis from the start and like not even be aware that you can like swap your characters, and so they'll get in here, and Louis is very squishy. Yakumo is very much just a heavy tanky guy. And as you saw, they can actually get you up if they survive long enough in the fight, up to a certain amount of times. And so Yakumo being tanky, being able to last longer in a fight, means that I can be in there dealing out damage a little bit more aggressively and be able to rely on him to get my ass up once I drop to 0 a few times. I pretty much burned through most of my items, but honestly, the trade-off to be able to pull that fight off a little early is pretty nice. But yeah, that's kind of going to be the end point of where I'm going to be leaving off with this stream. This was kind of just to make sure I could get something out there and have something fun for the Halloween event. Obviously, I didn't want to buy a new game just for one singular event. I did have one that I really wanted to experience. However, and I want to get this out there because we kind of have an understanding of the kind of channel this is, the kind of experience we're to be expected from, from person to person. Right, we have that by now, right? I looked into that, I think it was like Kaneko or Kanemo or something like that, pet. It was, if you recall for those who have been here, when I was playing through the My Side game, we had that entire event where there was some weird information that was coming in. People were leaving comments and then removing them. And I went down that whole avenue in the moment, and I found my way to a game that I had not heard of before. I wanted to experience that. I looked into that game, and the reason why I completely omitted that from being what I was going to do for this Halloween event is it is the kind of horror game that also starts to take over your computer, and I couldn't find any verification that it doesn't actually start really messing with your system until you see it through. And it sounded like it'll even like hide some of your files on you and expose some of your files. And there are a couple of things on here I don't want to show up if they happen to come up. YouTube would not be happy with certain pictures of me out there, and I would not be happy with certain pictures of me out there. But also, I don't want to lose files and not see the game through and not know where the hell to go find them again if I end up not sticking to it. So, this is what I went for, and I think thematically it works. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, Ian, where's the horror game this year? I didn't want to go through that with the stresses of my day-to-day. Anyways, thanks so much, everybody who did stop in. Caro, it's great to see you again. And by the way, enjoy that trip to Japan. Enjoy the cats. And yeah, absolutely Rigid. Happy Halloween. Thanks so much, everybody, for stopping in. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, hope to see you next time. And we will be back to the JRPGs and hopefully probably getting to experience some new games soon, because I think that game is really going to start taking off here before long. Anyways, one last time, thanks so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.